So, brand new units are coming out, and we have their character spec sheet. We're going to take a look at Ishmael as well as the new Yisang and figure out what their kit's all about. So, first and foremost, Ishmael, her kit states that she wants to do Tremor and Rupture. Alright, so her first skill is It's Heavy. On heads hit, inflict Tremor. On hit, inflict Tremor count. Her second skill is It's Churning. On hit, inflict Tremor. On hit, inflict Tremor. Her third skill is Corrosive Splash. On hit, burst Tremor. On hit, reduce Tremor count. After bursting Tremor, inflict Rupture. So she wants to synergize with a team that does Tremor and Rupture, which is interesting. Her passive is Filling Fluid. If this unit fails to deal HP damage using attack skills in a turn, gain a shield next turn. If you don't do damage, gain a shield next turn. Interesting. So if you lose your clash, you gain a shield. Alright. And her support passive is Corrosive Slime. When one ally with a high speed bursts Tremor, they inflict Rupture. This is an interesting character. I think she's better off as benched because when I look at her kit, she looks very lackluster. A single coin flip, and two coin flips are very weak overall. Like, these numbers have to be pretty high to make her even worthwhile because overall, her kit's feeling pretty weak, not gonna lie. I would say that it's definitely lacking in the degree where we don't have enough power going on with this. If you don't have a high power, like Sinclair, it's not going to be that good. And even with Sinclair has a ton of coin flips. So, honestly, this character looking kind of weak. I could see this this character being useful as a support in the bench with when an ally with a high speed burst Tremor, they inflict Rupture. So if you run a Rose Spanner team with anybody with Tremor burst, such as Rodion Rose Spanner, Gregor Rose Spanner, Mersault Rose Spanner, and add in like base Heathcliff, we can do Tremor and burst Tremor, and you can add like a Rupture character such as 3-star Gregor. That could potentially work, I think. I don't know. It's hard to see. This character looks kind of okay, tanky, but not the best. So we'll have to wait and see. However, the character that I am most interested in is Yisang. Now, Yisang is looking mighty busted, not gonna lie. So, Efflorescent Ego Spice Bush Yisang, his first skill, actually all his skills have 3 coin flips, which is pretty nuts. First skill is Sprouting Bud. On use, gain Tremor count. On hit, inflict Sinking count next turn, and inflict Sinking count next turn. But however, Momentum's Floral is spend Tremor count to turn this into an AOE skill. This is the only character that has a built-in AOE mechanic. So you would use your Tremor count to do an AOE attack. The question is this going to be 2 people AOE, 3 people AOE, 5 people AOE? Like, no idea. On hit, inflict Sinking next turn, Sinking. So it's okay. This being able to AOE, pretty nuts. Now, Bloodstep Scent. Clash lose, you lose ESP. On use, you gain Tremor count, and it inflicts Sinking and Sinking, but let's last hit. If the target has a certain amount of Sinking or more, cause Sinking Deluge. On hit, if the user has a certain amount of Tremor count, deal a portion of the damage dealt as opponent's damage. So, you want to have Tremor to do more damage, but you're going to use Tremor count. You're going to use Tremor count to do more damage here. You're going to use Tremor count to, like, do AoE. Now, Sinking Deluge is a new thing. Now, Sinking Deluge is deal SP damage by Sinking count times Sinking potency, then remove Sinking. If the target's SP is 45 or negative 45 or lower, the excess SP damage is converted to Gloom Affinity HP damage. Units with no sanity take all of it as Gloom HP. So, very interesting kit. Hard to tell because Sinking is only really useful against human characters. I mean, it's still okay as Gloom damage against abnormalities, but we'll have to wait and see. Overall, this kit is looking pretty busted, but his passive though, Full Bloom, when attacking 2 or more targets at once, deal more damage. So he wants the AoE stuff down. So that means using his AoE ego And also using his second skill is going to be very useful. Depending on how much damage increase is going to be, we'll have to wait and see how strong this is. Now, Pungent Spring Breeze. Pungent Spring Breeze, it says one ally with the least SP deals more damage when attacking 2 or more targets at once. This one's interesting because this is always going to be useful in the sense that no matter what, one of your character is going to have lower SP. But I wonder what happens if everyone has like 45 SP. Does that mean everybody gets the damage bonus? I don't know. That would make sense in my mind, but if everyone's 45 SP and that's the lowest, everyone should get the damage debuff, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Hard to say. However, though, I want to say that this character looking very interesting. It looks strong because it's got an AOE skill in it, which most other characters don't. And it's got a lot of strong skill sets with just how it can inflict a ton of sinking. This character wants to do sinking and inflict tremor count on itself. So ideally, I hope what they're going to do is they're going to release an ego where it gives Yi Sang, or any ego that gives your team tremor count against themselves would be pretty good. Make it so that Yi Sang can really use the second skill a lot and get the bonus passive from his third skill. Overall, as usual, if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down in the comment section down below. I want to say that Yi Sang and Ishmael looking very different. Ishmael is definitely very different compared to like all the other characters so far with her kit. It's trying to do two things at once, which is interesting. Ishmael wants to do tremor and wants to do rupture, so her whole gimmick is tremor rupture. And then Yi Sang's whole gimmick is tremor count on himself and inflict sinking. And not gonna lie, sinking hasn't been a debuff that I've really cared that much for. It doesn't feel like it applies a lot of immediate effect. Same thing as Meraki Sinclair. There's Meraki Sinclair that inflicts sinking, and there's like maybe one or two other characters that inflict sinking, and those characters don't feel that good. Meraki Sinclair feels bad, and I know he definitely does sinking, but I don't know if there's any other characters that actually do sinking that's actually like strong. So this is going to be the first sinking character that we're going to see, just like how I thought N-Corp Sinclair being the first negative coin character was going to suck. My expectations were blown away. N-Corp Sinclair did not suck. He was very strong. So in that regard, maybe, hopefully, with Yi Sang, or this version of Yi Sang, maybe sinking is going to actually be very good. Or maybe it's just the tremor count in conjunction with his skit that will make him strong because he can do AoE. Hard to say right now. Overall, really excited with everything that Project Moon has been doing. They've got a lot of goodies coming down the pipework, so I'm really looking forward to it. A lot of new content, and hopefully we're going to get, I think, the next part of the next chapter really soon. That's going to happen in, I think, a day or two for me. So really looking forward to finishing up chapter 4, really having a lot of fun with the dungeon and everything, really loving the storyline. As usual, John Panio signing out. I'll see you guys later. Bye.